Hi, this is Richard, and I'm coming to you from Heritage Auctions in Beverly Hills, and we're sitting here with...
Frank Martel, Director of Fine and Rare Wine.
Okay, and Frank is the wine expert. Now, how do you acquire the wines that you put into this auction?
About 90% of the consignments come from private individuals who either no longer can drink for medical reasons, or sometimes they've just got too much wine in the cellar that they're thinning out.
Now, when somebody buys the wine, is it bought by the bottle or by the case?
Lots vary in size. We prefer to sell in cases if there are solid cases to be sold, where somebody may have quantities of 11 or 10 or 9. If they consumed a few bottles, we'll sell a 6 and a 3, or if it's very high value stuff, sometimes we do sell by the bottle.
Now, is there an inspection period that a consumer can look at the wines?
There is. For the 2 weeks leading up to the auction, we have all our lots available for preview on appointment basis, but everything is stored right here in North Hollywood, so it's easy access for anybody in the LA area who wants to head out. We also feature a number of photographs, and certainly anybody can request photographs with greater detail than we may have posted online.
This is sold online and in person?
We have a unique platform. We actually run 2 separate auctions. One of them is internet only, and that runs for the first week of every month. There we tend to put the smaller quantities, lower value stuff that's still very high quality, but it's really intended for consumption. We also feature signature sales, which begin bidding online, similar to an eBay or any number of the other internet auction sites, where you can see the reserves and the current bid levels.
What are some of the highest prices you've gotten for a bottle of wine?
We did a few really solid results this past weekend. We did 17,000 Hammer for a case of 95 DRC assortment. We hammered a case of 89 Operion at 16,000. There were 2 bottles of 62 Rousseau Clos de Bez, which hammered at 6,500.
What would something like this go for? Are these...
Sure.
Okay.
These were actually samples that we did pour during the auction. While we're not featuring pre-auction tastings at the moment, these were selections that came out of a couple of the consignments that we offered to people who came into the bidding room. So we've got 95 Latour, which at the moment is trading around $700 a bottle. 90 Mouton, which is trading around $350 a bottle, and 2002 Dom Perignon, that's trading around $140, $160 a bottle. Opening tips for somebody who's just beginning to buy at auction or just beginning to collect wine is to, first and foremost, don't chase anything. There's a lot of wine out there, and there's no reason to take yourself into a bidding war and an attachment for something that doesn't really mean something to you. Second advice is really important that you try a lot of different wines. A lot of people will settle into one particular brand or one particular vintage, and the truth is, if you give yourself the exposure, there's a lot of wines and a lot of vintages that'll end up making you very, very happy depending on your day. Some things you want to drink by the side of the pool, and other things you want to drink with dinner, but it's not going to necessarily be the same wine. People who are new to buying and collecting and drinking wines generally tend to start with the California labels because they're very easy to understand. You have the name of an estate, you have a vintage, and you have the name of the grape, so you have a very easy time isolating the sort of things that really excite you and the things that you don't like. In fact, in a lot of cases, in California specifically, you'll learn at a very accelerated pace because it's easy to say what you don't like about wines. If you're buying to invest, I think you probably need to consider more of the classics, the old French wines, the prestigious estates of Bordeaux and Burgundy, where you've got the opportunity to take a real look at where market conditions have been, what sort of trends you have, and where you can effectively put your money away.
Now that Frank has gone over everything with us and he's shown us that he is an expert, we're going to give him a little test here. We have a wine that we've purchased, and we'd like to see if you could identify this. I'm going to pour this very carefully into the glass here. Smell that aroma. Get your nose way into that. Okay, and here Frank is now swirling it around.
Oh, this is very nice. I can't believe I've never sold something like this.
Okay. What would you say that is?
Concord grape juice, maybe? Oh, my God.
Manischewitz, just in time for Passover.
Concord grape.
There you go.
Concord grape.
All right, well, thank you, Frank. We appreciate your time. And that's all we have to say here. That's your daily fix from Auction Addiction.